Right, hello everyone, Lou Smith here, and it is Saturday the 28th of September. The day Jill Valentine escapes Raccoon City, or attempts to escape Raccoon City. She actually escapes on the 1st of October. So today, and this is going to be an ongoing series, but I'm going to start with number 3, obviously. I'm going to be reading all the files in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. There's a website called Evil Resource. I'll put the link in the description. It looks like you can look at files from all the Resident Evil games. So we're going to go with all of them. So all you do is click on one and you get this neat little drop down thing here. And it will basically categorize it as a file. And it will show you where it is. And yeah, so let's have a look. We hope the game instruction 1. Now you get game instruction 1 A and B at the start of your game in your inventory screen. You just read it and it will just put it into the files, and you don't have to put it into the box. We hope to improve your chances to survive. Shooting objects. You may get different reactions from shooting objects such as oil drums and bombs. Press R2 button to aim directly at these objects. Let me just check my recording. Yes, that's fine. My recording levels is good. Quick turn. You can perform 180-degree turns. Press the run button while retreating. In other words, square and back. Emergency escape. When you're trapped by enemies, you can push them away to escape. Press the directional buttons, action button, cancel button, run button, R1, R2 and L1 buttons repeatedly. In other words, just mash every single button and hope for the best. Emergency dodging. Before an enemy attacks, you can perform a dodge move to evade it. Press the R1 or R2 buttons. Pressing the action button while aiming. So in other words, just hold the buttons in. Getting on and off an object. You can get on and off certain objects that appear in the game. Press the action button while you're moving forward to the edge of the object that you wish to get on and off. Map. Press L2 to view the map. You can zoom in or out of the map by pressing the action button. When the map is zoomed in, use the directional buttons to move the screen. Press the select button to switch between maps. Live selection. At certain points of the game, the screen fades to a black and white. Actually, it looks more negative on the actual game. It's not really black or white. At these points, you'll be prompted to choose between two different options. Use the directional buttons to move between the options and the action button to make your decision. Event cancel. It is possible to skip certain cutscenes. Press the select button to skip these cutscenes. Game instructions B. Ammunition creation system. To create various ammunitions, you'd need the reloading tool and the gunpowder. Now you get this, I believe, at the beginning of normal and easy mode. Reloading tool. This is a necessary item if you want to create different types of ammunitions. By combining the gunpowder and the reloading tool, various types of ammunitions will be created. Gunpowder. Mix materials to create various types of ammunitions. There are 3 types of basic gunpowders, A, B and C. Please note C is created by mixing A and B types. How to mix gunpowders. You can create various kinds of bullets by mixing different gunpowders. There are 13 different types of gunpowders in all. Examples of gunpowders: A. Handgun bullets, B. Shotgun shells, C. Grenade rounds. A and C combined, grenade flame rounds. B and C combined, grenade acid rounds. C and C grenade freeze rounds. Freeze rounds are the really rare ones, so you really want to stock them up because they're really good at Nemesis. And C are magnum bullets. Mixing gunpowders with grenade rounds. If you combine a certain type of gunpowder with a grenade round, special types of grenade rounds will be created. Mixing level improvements. If you repeatedly create the same kind of ammunitions, your skill will improve and you'll be able to create some more powerful ammunition. Now that's mostly for the handgun. You get special handgun bullets and special shotgun shells, so that's actually really good to know. Clock tower postcard. A picture of a clock tower. The following explanation is printed on the back side. A landmark spot, St. Michael's Clock Tower, and Michael was the name of the mayor of the Raccoon City, and this is located on the bar of Jack's Bar. Photo A. The policemen are pressing forward. It's dated September 27th. That's when all the policemen got murdered, in other words. And it is at the barricaded back passage uptown, on the dead body lying on the ground where the barricade used to be. Marvin's report. September 24th. There are some reports of a theft in the municipal building drawn before. A jewel decorated clock at the main gate was damaged. 2 of the 12 gems that were installed on the face of the clock are missing. Due to the lack of available officers at the time, I have no choice but to suspend the research on this case. Signed, Marvin Branner. Report, September 26th. Based upon an autopsy report of a 42-year-old restaurant owner, I have discovered that he has one of the missing gems. He apparently took shelter in the police department at about 10 a.m. where he was shot to death within 10 minutes of having developed the symptoms. Zombie symptoms, T-virus symptoms, that is, if you haven't noticed before. Since the city is currently under martial law, we are forced to suspend this case. At this time, we will keep the gem as evidence. Signed, Marvin Branner. And that was located in the rest office of the police station, first floor, on the unconscious body of Marvin Branner in the small office. David's memo. My sanity is at its end. I can't believe this is happening. We lost another man yesterday. Meyer, one of our better marksmen. He saw me panic once we were overrun by the zombies, but he came back to save me. But then the time came to return the debt. I ran. No, he was a coward then. I can still hear him calling my name. I can still hear the screams coming from behind. The sound of his flesh being stripped from his bones. I was afraid, terrified. Sounds more of a fight or flight situation, really. It's the 27th. The fight to stay alive continues. I took out several zombies who managed to break through the barricades. Now I'm cutting through the kill with Risky, unloading my Mossberg on anything undead. I wonder what type of gun that is. It sounds cool. The shotgun's become a close friend of mine. I blasted many a zombie into fertilizer with it. We lost 13 men as of yesterday in 3 hours. We'd bicker over trivial things in the meeting room, which was it is a total waste of time. When I finish this bottle, my old friend Mossberg will be turning one last body into fertilizer. Peace at last. I can hardly wait. In other words, he's going to turn the gun on himself. And that was in the dark room of the police station, on the table in the middle of the room. Facts from Kendo's gun shop. To the boys of stars. I'm going to sneeze in a minute, so 1 second. Okay, false alarm. To the boys of stars, I have some good news for you from my brother Joe. He has finalised a brand new handgun for official use. It's the M92F Stars Special, but he calls it the Samurai Edge. It is the most balanced of the Kendo custom guns. Joe said if you miss the targets with this, you should carry a teething ring instead of a gun in your holster. The goods will be delivered along with their proper documentation. I'm sure you'd be surprised when you see what kind of excellent parts are used for the M92F. I know that you'd want to thank the good people who developed it. Sincerely, Robert Kendo, Kendo's gun shop. And that was in the Stars office, police station, 2nd floor, on the fax machine next to the door. Isn't that nice of Kendo to make a gun for Stars? Mercenary's Diary, September 1st. Following 6 months of intensive training, my body's edge has returned. I was a good soldier, but they ordered my execution for with no reason given. I was tortured and forced to give a false confession. But in the morning of my execution, a miracle happened. The company had helped me out, giving me a second lease of life. September 15th. I ended my vacation short and returned to the HQ office. It looks like my UBCS unit has been called into action. Umbrella remains its own preliminary unit to counter corporate terrorism and VIP abduction. In addition, they have nightmen who specialise in handling problems caused by its illegal products. I am currently a member of the latter. September 28th. Dawn is here, but we are still slogging through this nightmare. There are no provisions of any kind here. The undead walk the streets, feeding upon the flesh of the living. Given the choice again, I'd rather have been executed. Death row is now a heavenly asylum compared to this place. I've chosen to pull the trigger myself in the hope that my dead body won't come back to life. That is rough. So in other words, they it's like, oh, you're on death row. Let's put you to use. You die anyway. In other words, that's about it. Zigzag alley uptown. On the dead body of the mercenary in the northern corner of the alley. That's it in the door after you use your lockpick on. City Guide. City Guide. The tracks of our city. Dear citizens. Thanks to the kind and generous people of Umbrella Inc. Yeah, kind and generous. They're the people that caused it all. This is a peaceful and friendly city. The vast donations from Umbrella Inc. has been used for welfare work, the construction of public utilities, and to help maintain public peace. In 1992, it was my 5th year as mayor of our beautiful city. It was then that through many donations and hard work, our city was able to rebuild the mutual building, create a state-of-the-art hospital. In honour of these fine accomplishments, I was awarded with a grand statue that same year. Your tax money at work then. The statue rests in the mutual building. I came to this city as an engineer more than 35 years ago. I made contributions to the electrical systems and to the installation of the cable car. So in other words, he helped make the cable car then. I pledge to follow the tradition of this fine city and will devote my life to its prosperity. And that was the mayor of the city, Michael Warren. And that is in the restaurant downtown, on one of the tables near the phone box in the front of the restaurant. Photo B. A close-up shot of a zombie. It says scoop on the back side, and that was in the press office lobby downtown, on top of the payphone on the west wall of the lobby area. Photo C. The police has been destroyed, and that was in the press office downtown on the main table of the central office area. Reporter's memo. At last I have found the evidence I need to prove that the cannibal disease is indeed happening in the city. One man actually ate people to death. He was like a savage animal tearing away a new flesh. It was completely disgusting, and I've heard rumours that many people are also known to be suffering from this disease now. However, the causes of this disease is not yet known. It is another. Is this another mystery of the present disease? We have to check on it. I have to check on it. They have placed Raccoon City under martial law because of the cannibal disease. I have lost contact with the media outside the city, but I won't give up. As a journalist, I won't keep my eyes shut and walk away. Trust me, if the BBC were covering something like that, then they'd basically like fake it more or less, saying, "Oh, it's not so bad." I have a duty to the people and to my profession. I don't think the disease has spread nationwide yet. I believe that this city holds the key to its creation and the cure. In fact, I'm sure of it. The military has set up blockades around the city to keep the people from escaping and spreading the disease. Basically, what the lockdowns were in the real world. Most civilians has either died or come in contact with the disease. I know that is the right decision to quarantine the city, but I can't help but pity myself. If I am infected or eaten, it doesn't matter. My fate is already sealed. All I have left is my journalism. I won't give up until I solve the mystery of this deadly disease. I have just discovered that the disease is not spread through the air, but by some other means. In other words, saliva, spit, sweat, that sort of thing. And that was in the press office downtown, on the boxes next to the radiator in the central office area. There's a lot of files in the press office, by the way. Mechanics demo. I know that you're imitated by your new job, Kevin, but let me tell you how to make sure that you and your trains get along just fine. You see, these carriages were made in 1968, and they were imported from Europe. I think they was imported from Paris or France in Europe, I believe so. Sometimes they can get rickety, but they still work because they are simple, stubborn and strong. You can always depend on them. If they have a bad day and are malfunctioning, all you need to do is take a good look at their circuits for any trouble. Once you discover what's wrong, you'll be able to fix it easily. I'm sure that you'll be able to avoid those nasty little malfunctions if you check the parts every day. These old trains will surely have problems if you don't remember how to check them out. Just remember that if you need to replace anything, you have to choose a suitable part. And when I say suitable, it means that you can't find another original part. If you can't find another original part, you'd better find something that works good enough. Even with regard to oil, you must always prepare a good quantity of oil for these trains. Never forget, Kevin, what a man may betray others, but a machine won't. And that was a cable in the cable car rear carriage downtown, on top of the rear dashboard. It's just basically reminding you that you need things to work the train. the carriage. Manager's report. Before you begin your new position, please allow me to give you some advice. Some of the medicines in the storage room are unstable and the quantity will deteriorate under changing temperatures or humidity. Therefore, you must remember to keep the temperature the same in the storage room at all times. You should personally check it every day. Although the computer checks it around the clock, a machine is not perfect. That is true. Try to remember that a machine is no more than a tool to be used by people. You must check all personnel coming and going to the storage room. Many dangerous drugs are stored there. If any of them are missing, you have a serious problem on your hands. The door to the storage room is always locked, and you'll need to let personnel. But when you let personnel into it, you will need to have them hand in their documents. And above all else, remember that if you find anything suspicious, contact your boss immediately. If you forget the password to lock the door, try to remember that it is a word that everyone's familiar with. Don't forget that once a new product is shipped, the password will be updated again. You will always enter the password from the terminal of the PC for administration. And that was in the sales office uptown on the table near the computer. And that's basically saying, okay, turn on the TV and you'll see the password. That's essentially it. Business facts. Order sheet. The liquid medicine named VTJ98 is suitable to cultivate the NET virus type virus. Therefore, you'll need to order additional quantities of it, and that is in the sales office uptown in the filing cabinets. Dario's memo. I can't help but wonder if anyone will read these words, but I'm writing them to help me maintain my sanity, if nothing else. After I become a meal for these undead monsters, villages responsible for sealing off the town laugh upon discovering my corpse. Well, this is Dario, and he was a bit of a coward because he let his family die, and he just basically fucked off. Hid. So is this how it's supposed to end? I don't want to die. I am not ready. My wife, daughter, mother, my entire family has been killed. But none of that matters anymore. Right now, my life is the only important thing, and that is what matters. I never would have pictured my life to end like this. I had so much left to do, rather than become a salesman. I should have tried my hand at being a novelist. That's what I always wanted, but my mother would only tell me I had a long way to go. Why did I ever listen to her? But this looks like to be it. This looks like the end of the end for the great Dario Rosso, novelist extraordinaire, cut down in his prime. He was a complete dick. Absolute dick. And this is in the warehouse right at the beginning of the game, but you don't get it until later when you return there. Inside the trailer, on top of the boxes, the trailer becomes accessible after acquiring the lockpick. So get the lockpick, return there, and you can get it. Operation instructions. Order for the UBCS Echo team. Wipe out the the downtown areas of the infestation, and then evacuate the remaining citizens to the clock tower. Among these civilians, remember to give priority to the employees of the Umbrella affiliates, the people that caused the mess. Remember to stay alert, because the infected have a high endurance rate and will strike without hesitation. Evacuation procedure. 1. Once the mission is complete, or when it becomes too impossible to accomplish, evacuate immediately. 2. We'll deploy a helicopter that is waiting in the suburbs to the yard in front of the clock tower. 3. When you're ready for evacuation, ring the clock tower bell to signal the helicopter. And that is in the main hall of the clock tower, first floor, in the hand of the dead mercenary. Art picture postcard. A picture of a postcard of antiques clocks. The following verse is printed. Give your soul to the goddess, put your hands together and pray before her. That puzzle was annoying. I hated that puzzle. Luckily we do have hints now. And that is in the small library, clock tower, first floor, on the small table with the lamp. Mercenary's notebook. September 26. It has only been 3 hours since the mission started, but the team is down to me and Campbell. The number of zombies is far greater than we expected. There is no hope left for the city. We have already injected the antibody for the virus, but I am not sure that it'll work. I don't know that if I'll survive. September 27th. When we managed to reach the clock tower, out of desperation we robbed some wounded members of their weapons and used these surviving civilians as decoys. Jesus Christ. We thought we would do this in order to survive, or we were taught to do this in order to survive in the battlefield, but I never enjoyed it. However, a girl showed up in the clock tower before me. She's one of the survivors. She looks just like my sister before she starved to death. Jesus. September 28th. I wanted to evacuate as soon as possible, but the girl didn't. Her father insisted that we wouldn't leave the city where his beloved wife rests in peace. I really wanted to save the girl, but Campbell says all I care about is our lives, and this is how I felt before. But now the clock tower has become a dangerous place, and I don't want it to make any more mistakes. That's in the clock tower, the clock room, clock tower 1F. That's where the clock puzzle is. On the body of the dead mercenary in the southeast corner of the room. Morning. Director's diary. September 10th. These patients suffer from progranulate and congestion of their blood at first, and their mind slowly deteriorates, and in the end there is nothing left of their mind. When that happens, even mercy killing seems pointless. After all, they are already dead. This disease is unlike anything I have ever witnessed. Once a patient's mind is gone, they become flesh hunger monsters. I'm pretty sure that was a typo in the main thing. It should be hungry. And act like wild animals who go on some type of bloodlust. September 18th. So he waited 8 days for the next point. Another patient has been admitted to the hospital. He is showing symptoms of the first stages of the disease at this point, but I haven't been able to sleep at any of these past few days. I refuse to let these patients become zombies. I am not just an ordinary civilian. I am a doctor, and even if I die, my clinical charts will contribute at finding a cure. See, these people actually care because they're like proper doctors, even though it's technically an umbrella hospital. September 26th is almost 10 days after us. We lost most of our doctors and staff during the battle against the zombie patients. It's impossible to maintain the hospital under these conditions, and I know it's too late for me. I am beginning to feel the same itchy and hungry desire that all my patients felt. It is too late for me. And that was in the doctor's lounge of the hospital 1F, on the floor next to the dead body of the doctor, in the southwest area of the room. It's getting rough. It's getting rough. Did I read that? Which one did I read? Yeah, the director's diary. Photo D. The zombies are walking. It says the effects of the T virus on the back side, and that is in the data room of the hospital, 4th floor, on the desk of the small area in the northeast corner of the room. Medical Instruction Manual. Umbrella Medical Service, North American Division, Douglas Rover. In order to activate to cultivate the vaccine, please follow the procedure as detailed below. 1. Supply enough energy to the system, in other words, turn it on. 2. Set the medium base into the device. When the device is ready, you can start mixing the vaccine medium. To mix the vaccine, you need to control 5 levers. They will cause the 2 gauges to increase or decrease. If you adjust the 2 figures so that they stop in the center, the vaccine medium will be produced automatically. And that's in the experimental room of the hospital, 3rd basement floor, on the desk opposite of the vaccine synthesized machine. In other words, turn the machine on, press the lever, put the medium into the machine, and I think it is A, C and 1. I'm pretty sure it's that, and then that basically does it. Photo E. The zombies are attacking, and that is in the park office on the table next to the typewriter. Written order to the supervisors. Mission requirements. Bravo 16. 1. Obtain and secure a sample of all the information pertinent to this case. Observe and record combat data on the UBCS. This is Nikolai's instructions. 2. Destroy all the evidence, including the medical facility that has the medical treatments data. 3. Check the guinea pig's ability to accomplish the mission. The guinea pigs are the rest of the mercenaries. Once your mission is complete, evacuate the area. Remember that you must not help anyone who is not a supervisor, nor bring anything back that might be traced to where it belongs. And that is in the forest park, in the hand of the dead mercenary on the small clearing in the north corner of the path. Very shady. Supervisor's report. The endurance ability of all the contaminated guinea pigs is truly incredible. Even when shot in the vital area, they can sometimes survive for several days without taking care of the wound. However, after prolonged exposure to the virus, the guinea pigs' intelligence levels decrease to that of a insect. Even through reviving the dead seems too disgusting, the virus may still be of use. If we inject the virus into one of our prisoners of wars and release them, they would return to their units and turn into zombies. The plan may work well for us in the future. It's like, that's the thing, because the whole thing with Umbrella is to make super soldiers. That was the whole thing to start it. With the tyrants as well. They just wanted super soldiers for their army, for like a war of some kind. In certain areas, the virus seems to have caused some mutation of animals and plants. It may be difficult, but if we make a good sample of the bioweapon development, I've heard that there is a giant alligator, as in Resident Evil 2, sewer system, but I've only encountered a giant creature moving underground. I don't even want to imagine what creature spawned that monster. That was the giant worm thing, Gravedigger. I've encountered a Nemesis. If I don't know about it, I have been contaminated and would become one of them by now. If it is still walking around the city, its mission is not only yet. STARS members must be very tough since they have survived until this point. However, they cannot hold out forever. and that was in the secret communications room in the park on the table. That's when you get through the fireplace. Where do I go? Facts from the headquarters. Facts from HQ. Attention! The Raccoon City project has been abandoned. Our political manoeuvring in the Senate to delay their plans is now futile. All supervisors should evacuate immediately. The U.S. Army is going to execute their plan tomorrow morning. The city will be obliterated at daybreak for sure. And that was the secret communications room in the park on the large map board in the corner of the room. Manager's diary. April 25th. Today is my 30th birthday. I have been transferred to this facility today. I am very happy because of the work environment is very different from the life of the university. May 14th. The disposal system has been completed. Using a special kind of gas, I can decompose the cells of the guinea pigs. We have to try this out before beginning practice of usage of the system, since it's not 100% stable yet. So they was basically melting these dead bodies. May 20th. Last one was May 14th. While I was checking out the treatment room, the door shut and I was locked inside. I couldn't get out for 1 hour. I guess even if you have the key card, it's useless when you are locked inside. That's the thing. That's the acid room as well. That must have been harsh. June 7th. The guinea pigs we have to dispose of are increasing. The system is not working smoothly. The laboratory staff didn't listen to my opinions, and I am getting extremely frustrated. July 16th. We can't dispose of all the bodies, and the quantity of the liquid medicine is not good enough either. July 29th. Though the function of the system decreases, the number of bodies we have to dispose doesn't. The infection level has increased, and the antibodies we are using is no match for the new mutation of the virus. Some of the workers have been infected by the disease. I have continued to work, but will always keep a gun with me. I must remember to save one bullet for me. I want to reap, but I don't want to die here. I swear that I'll lose my mind if I imagine how painful death will be. Resting room in the dead factory, floor 2, on the table on the north side of the room, next to the typewriter. It's getting rough. It's getting rough. That was the one I've already done, wasn't it? Yeah. So, security manual. Security of the plant. Since this plan is a facility under the disguise of a deserted factory, civilians will sometimes enter. If they should care, do not hesitate to shoot them. Fucking hell. It's like, yeah, don't tell them to fuck off. It's like shoot them in the head. That'd do. If they choose to surrender, arrest them and transfer them to the laboratory as guinea pigs, like kidnapping them as well. You will be rewarded. Maintenance of the device. The entire plant is controlled by an epidemic prevention system. When contamination is detected in the treatment room or decomposed specimen pool, the plant will automatically be locked down for isolation. In that case, you must follow the manual to unlock it. If the contamination is over the limit, the whole system will automatically lock down. And then you must remain in the plant and wait for subsequent orders. Those who leave the city without permission will suffer extreme consequences. That's in the monitoring room in the dead factory, floor 1. On the bench next to the water monitoring system. Incinerator manual. The incinerator plant is one of the facilities that burns that burns the disposable items which are sent from the laboratory. The incinerator burns waste materials that cannot be decomposed in the treatment room. It also supplies electricity to the facility by thermal power electricity generator. Part of the electricity is stored in the big battery installed in the factory's underground area. The electricity is used as a auxiliary power source. The auxiliary power circuit will be activated once the 3 auxiliary circuit units are properly inserted into their sockets. In case of the circuits are not connected automatically, a person can connect them manually to activate the system. And that's how you activate the railgun. And that's the emergency tunnel in the dead factory, next on the wall next to the ladder. Classified photo file. In my opinion, I feel that is too early to use this. Paracesis sword in actual fighting. However, in order to acquire the G virus that Umbrella has developed, it will be a great help to us. That thing is terrifying, by the way. I know they did it different in the remake, but I think this one is more scary. The power of the rail cannon is satisfactory, but please note that it is still having a few remaining problems. Technology Division Colonel Franklin Hart, and that is in the car yard of the dead factory, floor 1, on the floor just outside the door to the rail cannon room. No, I think it's the last one. That was the last file, but apparently if you collect all the epilogues and all the files, Gil's factory, Gil's diary, the diary of Gil, a bonus file that replaces game instruction A. To acquire it, you must obtain every single file in the game in the order listed below. Pick them up in the wrong order and you will not get it. Okay, you just have to get the files in the right order. Okay. So, Gil's diary. I never got this. I have never got this in the original game. August 7th. 2 weeks has passed since that day. My wounds has been healed, but I can't forget it. For most people it's history now, but for me, whenever I close my eyes, it all comes back clearly. Zombies eating people, flesh and the screams of my teammates dying. No, the wounds in my heart is not fully healed yet. August 13th. Chris has been causing a lot of problems recently. What is with him? He seldom talks to other police members and is constantly irritated. The other day he punched Aaron of the boys' crime department for just accidentally splashing Chris's face with coffee. I immediately stopped Chris, but when he saw me, he just gave me a wink and walked away. I wonder what happened to him. He wants to find the truth. I know what he wants to do. August 15th, midnight. Chris, who has been on leave of absence for a vacation, called me. So I visited his apartment. As soon as I walked into the room, he showed me a couple of pieces of paper. They are part of a virus research report entitled as simply as G. When Chris told me that the nightmare still continues, he went on to say that it's not over yet. Ever since that day he has been fighting all by himself without rest, without even telling me. It's because he doesn't want to get Gil involved in it. It's like he knows that she's struggling. August 24th. Chris left town today to go to Europe. Barry told me that he would send his family to Canada, so and then he would follow Chris. I decided to remain in Raccoon City for a while because I know that the research facility in the city will be very important to this entire case. In a month or so I will be joining them somewhere in Europe. That is where my real battle begins. and we already know how to get that. See, that's a rare one, but it's not really rare because it's quite easy to get all of the files in the right order. So yeah, I've still never got that one before. It's weird. I've never even got that before. 45 minutes, Jesus Christ. So yeah, that was my little special September 28th video, even though when this uploads it will not be the 28th in the UK. Probably will in some places of America though. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing file readings for all the Resident Evil games, by the way. Going to release a couple a week. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.